Welcome back into the show, and it's been a good one already. We kicked it off talking a little bit about what to do right now and also what not to do with your money. Phil Bloyd is on the other side of this break with us, thankfully. Nice to see you back.
Good to be back.
Okay, well, we of course are talking to viewers who are in retirement, nearing retirement, because they've got a lot of questions right now. Rightfully so. As we're seeing a bear market, it does get a little dicey and makes us nervous. But here's the thing. One of the things you said to me on break, Phil, I want to talk about more, which is we don't want the stock market to determine when we can retire.
Right.
Okay, so how do we still make sure we have income in retirement no matter what?
Okay, great question. So, why would we want to let something that we can't control determine our retirement?
Yeah, we don't.
But many people do.
But right, yes.
And the main thing is because they're putting too much in risk assets. So go back to the rule 100 again. I live and die by, okay. So if I'm 55 years old, then I'm not gonna want more than 45% exposure to loss, equities. So on the 55%, that's going to be something where I'm not worried about, the market taking you take with it. As I get 60 and I'm still working, then I need to reduce to 40%. And then 70 if I'm still working, 30%. So by doing this, I'm not allowing that market to dictate.
Right.
Now, if I miss that, and I'm like, wow, I was like 80% in, aggressive because the 13 years and all that stuff was going so well. Again, if I can work a little bit longer, maybe I continue work. If it doesn't bother me, maybe I want to work, maybe I want to maximize my 401k contribution or my Roth 401k, which would be even better. There are provisions based upon age where you can put more into these. So if you're going to work another year or two, you may want to, you want to get your rule of 100 right, but you're going to want to maybe maximize and put some more in there in savings while you continue to work.
Okay, and I like the way you really make this sort of simple to understand, and the rule of 100 for viewers who are new to that is something we talk about on this show a lot, and it's essentially a simple math problem. How old are you and how much risk you should have based on your age. But no, I think it's a good point to talk a little bit about 401k provisions and allowing yourself to catch up a little bit if you did miss the mark on how much risk you should have. And let's just walk through with the couple minutes we have left of this segment. How do we really know when it's the right time to retire? I mean, we're talking about risk and maybe getting in a second opinion and having someone really take a look at where we are with our portfolio, with our money, and where we have things.
Well, the one thing I would recommend is you call Rachel, come in and do an income projection. So the income projection will say, okay, this is how much Social Security I'm going to get. This is how much I'm spending. It looks at your budget. This is my outgoing, this is my incoming. And it also takes a look at projections based upon investment savings and how much you're taking out each month. And if it goes into the red during normal life expectancy years, there's a problem.
Okay.
If it projects green all the way out, that means you're in the money the whole time.
Okay.
So that's the one thing we want to do is first do an income projection, and then that way we can say, okay, either we need to spend less, we need to gain more, or we need to cut expenses somewhere. So we'll adjust that. But in this case, some people are like, well, this is what I'm going to spend. And I'm like, well, you're going to run out of money in 10 years.
Right.
So I hope that we can change something in here or
And you've talked on the show at length, actually, about ways to save money without necessarily even cutting back on your spending. Maybe there's you're paying too much in taxes and things like that.
One.
So that's the kind
Expenses.
of thing that they really take a look at. You dive into what is exactly happening and how can we fix that on the back end, and maybe make some adjustments on the front end as well.
Yeah, most people are paying too much in taxes and they're spending too much to have their assets managed. So So that's two areas we can clean up really quick.
Easy fixes. Now, sounds easy, but I know it's you guys really dive in. Well, speaking of diving in, we've got more to dive in after this break, so we hope you'll stick around on Lowcountry Money Talk. We'll be right back.